Hi there, this is Clarence from Compass. I'm a Silicon Valley realtor serving home buyers and sellers here in Silicon Valley. With COVID-19, one of the things that happened recently was that the CARES Act was passed. It was a way to help both employers and employees during this really difficult time. So I had a chance to get Huy Tran, a employment lawyer here in Silicon Valley, to let us know some of the programs that both employers and employees should know about. Huy, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hey, thanks for the opportunity, Clarence. My name is Huy Tran, and I'm a partner with Justice at Work Law Group, where we do a lot of employment litigation, but we're also involved in public benefits and helping workers of challenge appeals, appeal cases in the unemployment board, and to find other benefits to support them.
Okay, let's go straight at it. So, for the employers and employees, for employers and small business owners, is there any programs out there that they should be aware about from the CARES Act?
Yeah, there is, and the big one comes from the CARES Act, which you just actually mentioned. The CARES Act was passed by Congress and created and expanded the loan programs that exist right now to support small businesses. So we want to be clear, though, that small businesses means that if you have less than 500 employees, most people will qualify for that. But this is the program that is, I guess, a lot of the attention right now. There's two that are really important to know. The first is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. That's a loan program that comes out of the Small Business Administration itself, and the funding comes directly out of the SBA to those who qualify and are accepted. The second program that was created by the CARES Act is the Payroll Protection Program. Has to go through your lenders like Bank of America, like Chase. Now, the funding for the PPP has run out, but Congress is in negotiation and in discussion for how to put more money into the program. If you haven't applied yet and you want to find some financial resources for your small business, I suggest you talk to your lender as soon as you can.
Okay, and let's go. So we talk a little bit about the employer. So for the employees right now, I've noticed that employees are getting either furloughed, or given their pretty much their pink slip. So is there anything that these employees can do right now? Especially, is there programs that the CARES Act has introduced to help these folks in this situation?
Yes, of course. So the CARES Act, where they focused on providing support to workers, is through unemployment. And this happens two ways, right? One is the state of California has our own uninsurance program. Now, the people who are qualified and eligible to receive unemployment benefits from the state of California really are those who are W-2 employees. So if you are not a W-2 employee, if you are a 1099 contractor, you may not qualify. The CARES Act will add on to those benefits and provide additional funding to support workers who are considered W-2 employees and add on an extra $600 per week. This benefit, if you qualify and get accepted, will run through July so that it will provide some temporary assistance while you can't work.
Okay, and we also know that our workforce here in California, especially here in Silicon Valley, is that we're seeing an increased number of contract workers, gig workers that fall into, I believe some experts call like a soft middle. Is there anything in there in the CARES Act that those folks in that category should be aware about?
Yeah, actually, that's a very important thing to bring up. So, in recognition of the fact that the gig economy is a big part of how people make their living, the CARES Act does expand on the definition of who qualifies for unemployment insurance. In fact, it's actually called it's the PUA, the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program. This program it expands on the definition of who's qualified and will also allow folks who are considered self-employed, who are business owners, or who are otherwise would normally not be considered eligible to be able to apply for the $600 a week benefit as well. You will have to meet one other qualification though, and it's that you are either suffering from COVID-19, which prevents you from working. You are caring for somebody who was infected by COVID-19, which again prevents you from working. You cannot work because your children are out of school because school has been shut down because of COVID-19, or the nature of your profession has been severely impacted or restricted because of COVID-19. So it does have to still be tied in to what's going on right now for you to qualify and be eligible for the PUA benefits.
Okay, that's good to know. And with all these programs, what's the biggest challenges that you're seeing from your clientele try to utilize all these programs right now?
Honestly, the biggest challenge is just how many people need it, right? An example is the PPP. The PPP is a multi-million-dollar fund that was supposed to try to go and support people across the country, but the funding that was passed to support the PPP, and I think it was like a $2 trillion package that was supposed to go into this. Uh, it ran out, and we're still only a month in from the days when the shelter in place was first ordered here in the Bay Area. So the sheer need right now means that if you need these resources and you need this support, you should absolutely submit your application, prepare your documents, and talk to your lenders as soon as possible. Now, on the unemployment benefit side, the money is still there, but the challenge is just the sheer number of applications. The EDD, that's the Employment Development Department for the state of California, is working really hard, and they're recalling employees back as well, so that they can stay on top of the number of applications that they have received and to try to process unemployment benefit applications on a timely basis. Normally, when you submit an application for UI benefits, it can take about 3 weeks, and the state of California through the EDD is working really hard to try to keep to that schedule. But at this moment, I would expect delays, and so you got to try to do everything you can to weather where you're at right now until you get some kind of confirmation of the benefits start rolling in.
Okay, and UI is
Unemployment insurance, excuse me.
okay. So is there anything else that we haven't covered that you think could be helpful for the folks here living in Silicon Valley they should really know about?
Yeah, absolutely. There are actually local benefits here as well. California is doing the best they can. Governor Gavin Newsom just announced a $125 million support program for those who are undocumented, because if you are undocumented, you cannot apply for unemployment insurance. So I want to make that very clear as well. People who are undocumented cannot and should not try to apply for unemployment insurance. But the $125 million fund coming from the state of California to support those who are undocumented is on its way. We don't have any information on that yet, but keep an eye out on it. And also, there are other local businesses here in Silicon Valley are offering business grants to try to support small businesses through the pandemic as well. Facebook's application, I believe, goes live this week. Salesforce is looking at releasing a grant for small businesses as well.
Okay, great. So if you have any further questions that we didn't cover today, or you just want to get more in depth on some of these issues, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
You can always reach me by email. My email is my name. That's HUY at my law firm, Justice at Work Law Group. So that's HUY at JAWlawgroup.com. You can also call our office at 408-317-1100.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Huy. And now I'll put your contact information in the description. So look forward to talk to you again if we have any more questions, what's going on. And for all those folks out there who think this was helpful, please share and like this video. Thanks.
Thank you, Clarence.
Welcome.